This club's not just for some. All friends, one family, together we are one.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Guess who's back?
Did you miss us?
No.
Nope.
No. Well, look, I don't blame you. We're back. Against all conceptions, people thought we'd probably given up, but we are back. We're recording this Wednesday morning after a really, really crap weekend of fixtures. And we're here to talk to you about it.
Yep.
We're here to pile on the misery.
Yeah. So, Master of Ceremonies, what are we doing today?
Yeah. Well, look, as we said, we missed out in a couple of weeks there. So since the mid-season break, we've had a handful of games, 3 games.
Yep.
We've had Shamrock Rovers. We've had
we won any of them?
We've had Shamrock Rovers. We've had Derry, and we've had Pats, and we've scored a few goals. So we'll show you the goals because there's probably, there's too much highlights to throw in there. But we'll show you the goals and maybe whatever 1 or 2 key moments. We have a winner. We're getting to the end of another month now, but we still have a winner of the goal of the month for May to unveil, and we'll get to that. We're back with the Bartley corner after a bit of a break, and we have a clinker for you today in John G McGettigan, a hero of many Harps fans in the 90s. So people enjoy that one. The Academy's back up and running. They start their fixtures this weekend in the National League, but to warm up there, you had a bit of an Academy Cup over the weekend with a couple of Galway teams came up in Cliftonville and a Harps under 12 team, I think it was.
2009 born, yep.
Yeah. I'm never good with the years.
I know. Yeah.
For me, it was always 12s, 14, 16, whatever sort of way I went. But we did the Academy Cup over the weekend. We have a little bit from that as well, and then we'll preview this Friday's fixture against Longford.
Dead on.
So straight to it. We'll just run through the 3 highlights, if you like. As I said, we have Rovers, Derry, and Pats. So this is the goals we scored anyway.
Indeed. Seymour hitting hopes of the ball forward. Could break for Owolabi here. Back with Seymour again. McNamee is running onto this one. The pass to Seymour didn't find its intended target. Max Murphy with the clearance. Here is McNamee again, though.
It's a wonderful ball
pass. Forward from McNamee to Foley, bearing down on goal. It's gone through the legs of Alan Manis, and Finn Harps have equalised 55 minutes in. A lovely ball from McNamee through to Adam Foley, who just cannot stop scoring goals this season. That's his 7th of the campaign.
It's a really good ball for McNamee down the side. And then, to be honest, I didn't think he had the angle, but there was no one in the box to square it to, so he obviously just tried to get it on target. I don't know how it squeezed through Alan there. I think obviously you can see Alan.
Possible foul by Lee Desmond on Boyd, but not given by the referee. Boyd, McNamee, nice play by Finn Harps, and the pace of Adam Foley here running behind. Will the keeper get there? He won't, and Adam Foley has scored for Finn Harps. Yaros was tempted to come off his line, didn't get there, and Adam Foley, we've spoken about how good he is in that position, Ger, and he's just got one back for Finn Harps, so interesting here, Richmond.
Do you know what? It's a really good finish. Maybe Veet will feel that. He probably came out a little bit earlier, but he's just run off Ian Birmingham on the inside. Little flick, he's spun around them, and it's become a race, and that's what you don't want as a defender running back. Feet has probably left him a little bit too much, but it's a great finish. And
with Barry McNamee on the left hand side, wouldn't swing this one, you look to expect us to land in the 6.
Here comes Barry McNamee's delivery. McElhinney at the back post, heads it back across the Dickey. Goal! Equaliser for Harps. It's headed in by Ethan Boyle. So a deep delivery from Barry McNamee, headed back across goal from McElhinney, flicked on by Siddiqui and headed in by Ethan Boyle. It's one apiece.
Yeah, it was a good ball in the back post, and there was big Shane in the back post, got a good header across, and then Siddiqui won the next one. It was like...
Yeah, there's 3 goals in there?
Yeah.
No, look, in every game. That's not bad. Anyway.
This is it. If you're going to start taking positives from, let's be honest, it's been a pretty abysmal run of form. Nobody's going to stand up and say anything otherwise. But we started scoring goals again, which is big positive because we did struggle there for a while in the final third. Now, obviously, Adam Foley's on fire this season, and another goal for him there against Pats on Monday night. But look, what can you say? Positive, yeah. We got a draw against Shamrock Rovers. They're getting set for Champions. Yeah. They're getting set for Champions League action, and we had a very good performance against them. They're not the champions for nothing, and they're top of the league again. So to get away with a draw out of them it's highly welcome and
it's God. You'll not complain. Sure, how many times have we gone to Tala and watched us get piped,
especially away? Yeah,
or just have to get that terrible Lewis back into town miserable. So it was nice to not have to be subjected to that for a change. But yeah, look, we're running a bit of an injury crisis at the minute. It's not being good. Kind of even you've seen great to see some of the young lads make the step up, but it's a lot of a necessity too. It's because there's just not the players available to select. So hopefully now we get a few of them back in, and we'll start to pick up points again.
Yeah, no, look, as people might have seen, we spoke to the three lads outside the ground there on Monday night afterwards. It's nice to just get the three of them together and just get their own reflection on making their debuts for the Harps. Lads that have come up through the academy, some up through the 15s, 17s, 19s, now to the first team. Like Joel Bradley Walsh there, he's been in around the first team all year now this year, and a lad that's grew up on the terraces of Finn Park. It's brilliant to see him make his debut there finally for the club, and a very proud moment clearly for him. The way he speaks afterwards, and even off camera afterwards, you could see that he was buzzing. Even after a heavy defeat, just to be able to pull on that shirt, as you name the number on the back of it, it's a big moment for a lad like that.
Yeah, hopefully we get names on the back of Per, Luke, and Nathan's jerseys for the next one. Yeah. But no, it's great for them too. Obviously, they were all so delighted. Two initial men, which is initial club these days.
Yeah, is that a little slide dig at Dougie there to get himself in a I don't know what do you say, get his act together,
exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it also just shows the kind of injury crisis too, that they're with that unprepared. But look, it was great for them to get playing, and hopefully, there'll be more of that to come.
Yep. Fair play to the boys.
Absolutely. So the goal of the month is the next one. We had another successful-ish sort of. There was a handful of very nice comments came in on YouTube. And
they weren't that funny though. Like, people can be better.
This is it. I was just going to say this was the next one. I didn't want to be so diplomatic about it there, but
you started that, but Ethan cut you out and just said, "Yeah, that was very plain."
The brutal honesty came through there.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe, we're creating this per enough source of entertainment for you. Can you at least try and give something back? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you say so, right? Let's lose the small viewership that we have here. Like,
don't want
you really want us to be
funny,
cut
we
off
don't want you. Go away. No.
Yeah, no. Look, have a bit of crack with the comments. Look, there's a couple of Kinnegar goodies in it for you.
Exactly. Do you want a pint?
Surely
you want a pint.
We'll have to start getting some testimonies here from Connor McPhillamy and Jack.
Well, not him.
Jack's dad will say. We'll have to get some testimonies here that it's like those TV adverts. So I really enjoyed the prize that I won. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We can't start putting that on the internet. People want to, and then if we have to get the video of them after. Anyway, so who won?
Who won?
We all had a disagreement about this, so I'm leaving this up to the club media officer to decide who his favourite was.
I'll give it to Bartley, because I had a bit of a row with him on a Monday night after the game. So even after I went and got him a team sheet,
Yeah, well, look, Barry McNamee was our goal of the month.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it was a very, very tight between him and Foley and Derry. But at the end of the day, you can't overlook that strike from Barry. It was just absolutely top class. And Bartley gave us a fairly thorough explanation of it. In fairness, it was spot on. It was spot on. It was a very fine individual goal. Struck the ball well from an acute angle and put it across the net, across the face of the goalkeeper. You know, it's
doing his best, George Hamilton.
Yeah. So we'll ship off some Kinnegar goodies to Bartley. I'm sure he'd be delighted with that.
Yeah, and well done to Barry McNamee too.
And Barry McNamee, who
great hit.
We will have a wee presentation with him on Friday night as well. So
very good.
I'm sure he'll be looking forward to that.
Bartley.
You can take the cans into work with him.
You can take the can to work, exactly.
To win it back here for Harps, and he drills in the cross for Foley. That's got something on it. Foley back for McNamee, and Barry McNamee. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! And fully deserved too.
The sighters earlier on, but there'll be no ball he'll strike as well as that tonight. That is a cracking goal from Barry McNamee, and again good work from Adam Foley to set him up and winning the ball back, and that is a great finish. Ollie will be definitely delighted.
Speaking of Bartley.
Yes, Bartley, you know, he's featuring heavily in today's show. He's
earned his cans. You might say he might earn his cans with all his work for us.
What a transition there to the segment, Ethan.
Yeah,
it's called a segue in the business.
Segue, sorry, yeah.
So Bartley spoke with genuine bona fide Harps legend in John G McGettigan. You know, a Donegal man who has been another exiled down to the wilds of Wicklow for the last 20 or 30 years or whatever he's been down there. Bartley had a good conversation with him, and this is an excerpt of it. And as normal, the full interview with John Jared will be up on YouTube whenever I get around to it.
Yeah.
Before
professionalism.
Yeah.
Oozes professionalism.
Yeah.
Okay, tonight I am delighted to say I've got a true blue Finn Harps legend with me. John G McGettigan comes from Milford in County Donegal, though he's been exiled now in County Wicklow for a long time. Made 343 appearances for Finn Harps, scored 36 goals, and his time at Harps spanned from 1984 up until 1999. Now, he did have 3 years in Limerick, where he played with Newcastle West when he was undergoing his training as a teacher. John Jared, absolutely brilliant to talk to you.
Thanks, Bartley. Yeah, thanks for inviting me on. Good to chat to you.
Not at all. We had to get you at some stage. You joined Harps at a relatively young age of about 16. But you'd actually been training with the team for a year or two before that. How did that all come about for you? You know, how were you sort of enticed into the Finn Harps fold, for want of a better word?
I think it started when Donegal, the very first Milk Cup, I think it was, up in Coleraine, and Patsy McGowan would have been involved. I think I was about 14, and Patsy would have been part of the management set up for that with Alex Harkin and Father Pat McHugh and a few others. So went up to that, as I say, played for Donegal and that, and just on the back of that, Patsy invited me in to train with the lads. So going into Templemore then with Con McLaughlin and Sean Boyle and Eddie McGinley and different lads, and even I think Stephen McNutt, who's after getting the 19's job at the club. I think Stephen might have been around at that stage, and Paul McNutt, his brother, and So like I was in awe at that stage, going in kind of 15, started going into Templemore, and just loved it, really loved it. Like, and it was like having, the lads were like big brothers, you know. They're kind of, not that anybody ever needed to be looking out for me, but you kind of, there was all, I kind of had a feeling that they were kind of looking out for me, you know, at the same time. And travelled with, as I say, with Con and Eddie and Sean Boyle a lot. And yeah, that's kind of just kind of went from there to, you know, pre-season the following couple of years, playing the odd game, getting maybe 5-10 minutes in a friendly match, which was great, because that was the days when you know, the big teams were coming over still.
Yes.
You know, I remember Southampton, you know, in the space of 2 or 3 years, Southampton, Man City, Queen's Park Rangers, like 2 or 3 of the, you know, the top teams. Yep. And you're meeting fellas like Peter Shilton and you know, legends of the game were coming to Finn Park at that time. And so to get a Celtic, another one, like, and so to get any kind of, even just to be part of the thing, and you know, if you got a couple of minutes, which, you know, I was delighted just to get a couple of minutes coming on if I could, and just kind of went from there, really, just up to, I suppose, when I started college. Played the first year, was still with Harps, my first year in Limerick.
That was the first year in the first division, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think that, it was probably my first proper year, and that was when they introduced the first division. Unfortunately, Harps went down, and was kind of in around the panel again that first year, but, you know, I wouldn't say not a regular starter as such. And that, coupled with the fact that I was in Limerick, it was very difficult, like, to make, because that was just, I think, a year or two before floodlight football came in.
Yes.
Like, clubs got the big grants for floodlights, so every game was Sunday afternoons. So to play a game on a Sunday afternoon and try and get back to Limerick afterwards was an ordeal. And the following year, I just couldn't do it. I just said that I can't keep this up. So I stayed in Limerick then the following few years when I was in college.
Yeah, and would, you know, at that stage, I mean, obviously, yes, you did come back to Harps in the summer of '89 as well. Would you have had offers from other clubs, or, you know, would you consider playing for anybody else? Now, I know, you know, obviously you're a Donegal man and whatever else, but like, you were starting a new job in a new county and whatever else. And I mean, like, the proximity, as you say, to Dublin, Bray Wanderers were only up the road. You know, Waterford wouldn't be a huge stretch of the imagination from Wicklow. You know, I mean, did it ever cross your mind to try and join somebody else rather than Harps?
No. At that stage, I suppose, if it was ever going to happen, that would have been the time to you know, to make a move, maybe just coming out of college. And like, Newcastle West knew I wasn't staying there. Like, I had 2.5 years with them, which I really enjoyed and learned so much, and some fantastic people down there. But like, I knew I wasn't going to be probably based anywhere close to Limerick, so I was going to be moving on. And the only other club at the time that made a direct approach was Drogheda.
Right.
And I think at the time it was a choice, either rejoin Harps or go to Drogheda. And as I say, I just, you know, it wasn't something I even had to think about too much. Like, you know, I said I'd go for Harps. And after that, as I say, over the years, there was no, I suppose there's no desire on my part. I was content to play with Harps. You know, it was my home club. You know, I certainly wasn't getting direct approaches from other clubs. Bray, you mentioned Bray. There was always rumours that, you know, Bray wants you and this, that, the other. But in terms of direct approaches, I certainly wasn't getting direct approaches to join or whatever. And I'm not sure, even if I did, I'm not sure if I would have. I was quite happy.
You obviously were sending off the vibes that you were happy at Harps, and, you know, you were a fan, and that was it, really.
So there's Bartley with John Jared. Thanks as always to Bartley for that. That's more quality content, and as I said, you'll find the full the full whack on YouTube in the next handful of days or weeks or whenever. So yeah, as we said, the academy's back up and running, and we're dead set looking forward to the opening round of the National League fixtures this weekend. All going to plan on this YouTube channel. Myself and Ben will be streaming the 19s game on Sunday as well, so keep an eye out for that.
Will you be doing commentary?
The microphone will be hanging off the other side of the gantry so it doesn't hear us shouting abuse.
Exactly. and by us shouting abuse, he means himself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Us, yeah.
No, it'll be 2:00 kickoff. The 19s are playing at Longford Town at Finn Park. It's Stephen McNutt's first game in charge of the 19s, so should be an interesting watch anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Best of luck to Stephen and the lads.
Yep, best of luck to them. We'll be streaming that from this YouTube channel, as Nigel said. So should be, we'll come join us and we'll see how good we could stream. It's all very
or how bad.
How good, we don't know. It's all very experimental at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Academy Cup, 2009 players playing in a 4-team tournament on Sunday there against 2 teams from Galway United as well as Cliftonville, who came down. I believe the 2019s won it on goal difference, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, up the wee Harps.
Up the wee Harps, indeed. Yeah, we got some clips there. So yeah, let's let the wee lad do the talking.
Jim, we're here in the Academy Cup for the 2009 born. How was the day?
Very good, really enjoyable. A lot of good football on store as well. I thought the lads done really well. Some very competitive games. They were all competitive games, and some great learning for them.
And in terms of the academy as a whole, your son obviously plays for the 09s that started this year. How has he gotten in?
Great, it's been great for him. Obviously coming back out of America and that system. It's a different environment here, and I suppose takes a wee bit of time to get in, to get the feel of things like everybody else. But no, he loves it. It's great opportunity for him, and the facilities here, and thank God the weather's been great as well.
Yeah, so far so good. How did you find dealing with the academy and the structure and everything?
Really good, because I had a chance to see a lot of the academy stuff, obviously at Celtic and then in America, and he was playing in America, so it's interesting now to see what people are trying to do on the ground here. And I think Kevin and the boys have been doing huge work. I know that they've been doing a lot of work, a lot of prep for this tournament, and there's a couple more as the summer goes on. So looking forward to those games and seeing the level and seeing what the young fellas have to bring to it. That's the most important thing, I think.
More quality stuff. Like I said, myself and Ben were up watching there, and some of the football on show from lads that age was top class. Brilliant stuff. And long may that stuff last. And congratulations to Kevin and the lads for running a good show on Sunday, and hopefully we'll see more of that as the year goes on and as the years go on. Never mind this year. And So this Friday night, we welcome Longford to. We begrudgingly welcome.
Yeah,
Longford.
welcome. Yeah,
we'll let Longford play on our pitch.
They'll be there. We'll be there. That's about it.
Yeah. No, obviously we welcome Longford. Longford's side we're well familiar with over the years now, and it'll be interesting to see if we can stop the sort of slump in form against the side that is bottom of the table. Look, you hate to say it at this stage of the season, a must-win game, but it is one we kind of need to be targeting to turn things around, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even from a confidence perspective, not even like the points and whatever else, obviously the most important thing, but just for that bit of belief and confidence, because like a win like that, can really boost your levels then for the rest of the season, or at least the next few games. And fundamentally, that team is better than Longford's team. I might end up regretting saying that, but like, call a spade. Like, we are a better team than them.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's up to us to take the game and do something from it. They're like, other than they drew with Dundalk last week, I think. But before that, it's all losses really. So it's up to us to kind of take the game and go on the front foot kind of thing.
I'll say to them, in fact, like they're like a plucky team. Like they don't lie down. Like a lot of the games are very close, even if they've lost a lot, but they're normally one score games. They keep it tight. They're not shipping heaps upon heaps of goals. So it's not it won't be an easy game by any stretch. I know we're the
definitely
team, but that's not to say we should be going in and expecting to battle them. It'll be a tight game. They'll be coming up thinking they can catch us out. They'll be looking to get something out of us. So
absolutely, well they'll be targeting us as a result. They'll be targeting us for a win. They know that we're in poor form. They're a very, very well organized side. We've seen that in the little draw down there. Like we just couldn't break them down. They have some good players in there. They have some very good players. They have some goal scorers in there as well. Obviously they haven't really kicked in this year yet, but the likes of Big McDonald there, the big Darvin there, who's
Rob Manley as well.
Tidy a player as you get in midfield in this division.
Watching Manley is just an absolute pain in the arse to defend the size of him. Like I've seen him a few times now that if they play on the counter, defenders just hate him because he's just a big unit, he can hold the ball up.
This is it. With the likes of McDonald, Manley, Gorman,
Bulger,
Bulger as well. Like these lads, they're good players in there. They've a good blend in a way of youth and experience in there as well, which is a big plus to them. They're as Ethan says, they've a lot of late results and 1-goal results. It's maybe not fair to say they're in a false position in the table. They are where they are. They know it themselves. They have a low budget. They're fighting from day one. They struggled to get out of the first division last year, but as we say, they're targeting this game. For a result
to get out of it.
They know that they'll be coming up and saying Harps are in poor form. They're down a lot of bodies at the minute. Go out and on a good pitch as well in Finn Park will suit them.
It looks really good at the moment.
Finn Park pitch is in top class pitches shape at the minute. It's going to suit them down to the ground. So
and they're not going to
be a tough one for us.
Yeah, they're not going to put 10, 11 players behind the ball, and they're not doing it. They are looking to win games and go out to them and do those kind of things.
Yeah. No, well, look, that's I would say pretty much enough rambling from us. Thanks as always to Kinnegar for the sponsorship, who have been very, very good to us and good to us again with the goal of the month stuff. And we look forward to welcoming them to Finn Park on Friday night as well. So that'll be cool to see. And so good luck.
Good to see you.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be back next week with 3 points and stuff, and we might have some 500 club again next week. I don't know if we can get it. Trevor wants to have them on the pitch and all that, but
watch the 19 stream on Saturday.
The 19 stream. Yeah, keep an eye out for that, and tell us how crap we're doing. So. Don't forget to leave comments, subscribe, and whatever you need to do. So.
And be funnier for Ethan next time,
All right.
Good luck.
Cheers.